Okay guys, I've got an update video for the baiting pole. Now I've done a video a little while ago where I showed you how I made this and I've got a good response, lots of views, and lots of people said they're going to make the same thing. Now I've had a little bit of a problem with this baiting pole the last time I used it, and that was the threads that join the poles together were starting to go, and it's really hard to get them to lock in and stay locked in. So I've got my thinking cap on and I've come up with a solution. What I decided to do is keep the same poles, but chop the ends off. So here's the ends of the poles. So I've chopped those off using a hacksaw. Get rid of all those. So those are gone. And then what I've done is I've actually made the poles slightly shorter so they fit inside the bag that I've got, and I can close the bag up. And the reason I've done that is because I've changed the mechanism on the poles. So now we've got a spring-loaded button, a bit like the popular model that's available in the shops. So that is spring-loaded, and now that's locked in place. Simple as that. Really sturdy. So what did I do? Let me just explain. So like I said, I cut the ends of the poles off, and because it's going to be easier to fit them together now and quicker, I've actually made them shorter, like I said, so they fit inside the holdall that I've got without the ends poking out. And so I've cut off a length of section from each end. I've also cut off the locking nut from the other end. So ended up with basically the tubes as they were, filled with the expanding foam with the ends chopped off. Okay, so what did I do? I've got a length of conduit in 20mm diameter. Now remember, the poles that we made before were 25mm diameter. And the idea being, you want to stick a length of the 20mm inside the 25mm to make the spigot to join the poles with. Now the 20mm conduit, when it goes into the pole, it's actually quite loose. So what I've done is I've wrapped about 5-6 wraps of duct tape around each end of the 20mm conduit, and I've cut it in lengths about the thickness of the duct tape, like 2-inch duct tape. So I've got a length of duct tape there, and I've got a length of duct tape there, like I say, wrapped around about 5 times. And then what I've done, and I'll show you on this short piece here, is I've glued one end in to the halfway point using the Gorilla Glue. So you've got the spigot sticking out, which has still got a length of the duct tape sticking on it. So I've done that to all the poles. Obviously only need to do one end. And then what I've done is I made myself a little template, like so. I'll come forward so you can see it. And what I'll do with that is, grab one that I haven't done yet, is lay that onto the length of the duct tape and use the pre-drilled hole as a guide as to where to drill, and do that on the spigot end and again on the bigger end. Okay, so what I've done, when I drill a hole for the spring clip, that's in the upright position there, and I've just made sure the hole in the non-spigot end is in alignment at the top as well, just to keep it all nice and neat so you don't end up with the spring clips or different angles going down the pole. Yeah, like I say, using the template as a guide onto the tape, it fits exactly in the right position each time. And all this template is half of a 25mm conduit, cut lengthwise, and I've just drilled the hole in the, so it's halfway down the tape section, and then so you know it's going to be exactly the same on every pole. And I've just left a little bit of a gap there just in case any of the cuts are slightly off, and it can still get in position and the hole can go over the pin. So once the hole is drilled, all you simply do is push one of these spring clips, and these cost me, oh, I'm not too sure. So I've got 20 clips, and I think it cost me about £8, including delivery. But there's the spring clip as it comes out the pack, and all you do once you've drilled the hole is you put the pointed end in and push it down until the spring clip goes into the hole that you've drilled, and that's it. So you'll end up with something like that. Like I say, it's a lot easier and a lot quicker than screwing on the old thread version. And like I say, the good thing is all I've paid out for is the spring clips and a bit of duct tape, and obviously I've got the glue already that I've used to glue the spigot inside, and that's solid in there, it's not going nowhere. So yeah, nice and neat. And yeah, so it makes a nice neat pole with a nice strong joint. So I can't see why it's not going to work. Obviously the proof will be in the pudding when I next get down the lake, but yeah, I'm happy with that. What I have done is I've shortened the poles by cutting off the extra. I've actually bought a couple of extra 25mm conduits to compensate for the loss in distance that I would have had. So yeah, I've got more poles, slightly shorter, like I say, easier to fit together, quicker to fit together, and they're all going to fit in the bag nicely. So if you have already made one of the baiting poles from my last video, I would consider this upgrade. It's pretty cheap to do, and I must admit it's looking a lot better and a lot more user friendly. So I can't see why it's not going to work on the bank. Obviously I will show you how it copes, but first impressions are very good. So here's to the Mark II Bosch tree knocker. Yeah, let's see how it goes.